Do you want to know more about plant-based eating? Do you want to know how to bring as much flavor as possible to vegetarian cuisine? Are you interested in eating more vegetarian, but you just think, oh my God, it's so boring? Well, Lordy day, y'all, I have got some news for you. Hello, welcome. My name is Virginia Willis. Welcome to Cookbooks with Virginia. And each and every Friday at about 11:30, or near about every Friday at 11:30, I have Cookbooks with Virginia, and it is really and truly, not kidding, one of my favorite parts of the week. You know, I am a chef and cookbook author in Atlanta, Georgia, and I love cookbooks. I write cookbooks, I collect cookbooks, I support cookbook authors. And so I find out about all these different sort of books, and I found out about this book and From Gujarat With Love by Vina Patel. And I thought, I want to learn more about that. And I kind of think if I want to learn more about it, then hopefully you do too. So I am so excited to welcome Vina today. And we're going to bring her on. But what I want you to do first is I want you to go. You can enter to win a free copy of this book. So you're going to go to my Instagram feed. You're going to look for the cover of this book. You're going to follow me. You're going to follow Vina, and you're going to enter to win a free copy. And thank you so much for watching today. So let's bring Vina on. Hey.
Hello, how are you, Virginia?
I am so good. I am so honored to have you on my show today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me over.
Well, I told you in my email, and y'all, I'm not kidding. So what I've been doing, I've been reading Vina's book at night, and I'm not kidding. I woke up, I was reading it. It was like 11 o'clock at night the other night. I was reading this beautiful book and looking at all this beautiful food, and it made me so hungry. I had to go downstairs and make a snack at like 11:30 at night.
Oh, wow. that, that,
Well, your food looks that good. How about that?
yeah, so I'm so glad to hear that, my books made you hungry.
No, it's fantastic. So
Yeah.
please share with our audience. Please share with the audience a little bit about yourself and how you have this beautiful book.
Yes, so my name is Vina Patel. I'm the author of From Gujarat With Love. And I'm so excited to be here today with you guys. And thank you so much to Virginia. Thank you so much to the lovely audience for watching this one. So I am from Gujarat. Gujarat is a state in Western India. It's a very beautiful state, vibrant and very diverse state with lots of good food.
Mhm.
And we have a 60 million people. So it's a bigger than France and bigger than Italy. Yeah, but no one knows about Gujarati food. So this is my mission and passion to bring out Gujarati food to the world kitchen. And I am actually youngest of five children. And my dad was a very well known businessman. He used to produce besan, chickpea flour.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so at his processing mill, I used to play with the chickpea flour and beans and all kind of grains. And in the kitchen with my mom, my grandmom, and my siblings, I would study this and I would actually observe all the things, and I would listen the conversation about how to make, and about the technique and spices and all these things. So when I was in India, actually, I never spent a single day in the kitchen when growing up.
Wow. So let me ask you this. So the state where you're originally from, what you just said is larger, more people than France, more people than Italy. So
Yes.
I think it's one thing that I always like to point out to people is, like, just for example, when they say something Southern food, just like my
Yeah.
normal food. So
Yeah.
the food from Georgia is very different from the food from Louisiana, which is
Yeah.
also very different from the food of, say, Texas, or it's big. The South is a big part of the United States.
Mhm.
So with your state where you're from originally, Garajat, so how many states are there within the country of India, just give or take, or
Yes. Yes. So we have 18 regions, and then
18 regions?
yes, and then the food from south is very different than food from north. Now,
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm from the western part of India, right? So
Right?
Gujarat. So our food is sweet, sour, and spicy.
Sweet, sour, and spicy. Well, that sounds like a winning combination.
Yeah, that's a palate pleasing combination of all the flavors, right?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and this is 100 authentic Indian vegetarian dishes. So, is the food from Garaja, is it predominantly vegetarian?
Yes, yes. So the Gujarat is mostly vegetarian state. Although, though some people do enjoy meat,
Uh-huh.
and yeah. So what happens that the plant-based cuisine is very popular in Gujarat, and I'll tell you, yeah, I'll tell you why. Because majorities of Hindu, and
Okay.
Hindus, yeah, don't believe in killing, another living thing because it has a soul.
Right.
So we are not we cannot consume anything that is result of injury or killing another living thing.
Right, right. Well, separate from any sort of spiritual reasons or religious reasons, there are a lot more people eating more plant forward for environmental reasons, right? Like because of the carbon footprint of meat. So I think that one thing that people that aren't as well educated about is that they think that vegetarian food can be boring, and your food is far from boring.
Yeah, my food actually is very very flavorful because I we cook our food with sugar and lemon.
Aha.
And is also very interesting spices that we use for our cooking. So for example, let me tell you, I have a very large chapter in my cookbook on appetizers. We have a 25 appetizer in my cookbook, and each and every this is offer very unique flavor. And this is what a lot of people like about Gujarati food, because Gujarati food is all vegetarian, by the way,
Right?
vegetarian dishes, and they are very popular across the country.
It's so no, and I love it. So let's talk a little bit. You have there's so many different chutneys, and I think that recipes for chutney, and I think that a lot of people only associate chutney as like mango chutney or sweet and almost like a jelly or a preserve. So
Yeah.
will you talk a little bit please about like the different chutney recipes that you have in your book, and how chutneys are used with Gujarat cuisine?
Yeah. So chutney is a very important part of our main meal. It's a very very, very popular condiments.
Mhm.
So what Gujarat is, they make a very different way. We actually use garlic.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes we use actually fresh garlic. It's known as a green garlic, and here actually you call it garlic scapes. We use that one for our chutney, and some other chutney like, for example, tamarind chutney. We actually use chili powder and sugar and also dates to make the chutneys. So that is also a very different chutney than the other chutneys that you're talking about. And
Mhm.
also, I know if you, I know, have you had a chance to go through the Raita page?
Oh, yes.
So
Oh
there
my
is one Raita that also we make with a little bit of sugar, and I tell you, it's a, it changed the entire taste of Raita, and it's a little sugar can bring life to Raita. So that's also like like how we make chutney. Like we use also a little bit of nuts and sugar and lemon juice. So our chutneys
God.
are very different, and our raitas are also very different because we add a little bit of sugar in everything that we make. So,
Right. Well, I mean, I don't care what kind of food you're making. If you make it sour, salty, bitter, sweet, and
yeah,
savory, it's the
yes,
chef's kiss, right? It doesn't matter if
yes,
it's French, garage it, Southern, Italian, Chinese, Japanese, like our mouths,
yes,
our taste buds are happy.
yes,
And so that's amazing. Um, there's I love the amount of vegetables, and we were talking about the importance of chickpeas. And will you please explain a little bit to our viewers and listeners about how chickpeas are so important to you? Because I understand that your father was a businessman that sold and bought chickpeas.
Yeah, yeah. So my dad used to produce that particular ingredients, and so I have a fond memories, with these ingredients. We use chickpea flour in almost all dishes. So chickpea flour is actually a staple.
Uh-huh.
You will find this flour in every Gujarati kitchen, and we actually make a lot of appetizers. I have used this chickpea flour in so many appetizers, and why people like that, because it's so easy to find, easy to use, and it's a gluten free, so it works very well for all Gujarati cooking. That's a dal.
I'm just going to show some pictures while you're talking, but oh my
Yes,
gosh, they're
yes,
so
yes. Yeah,
beautiful.
that's a beautiful picture of it, and it's so tempting. Looks. So
Oh, it's so nice. And look, all right, so I'm gonna ask you, and this isn't there is quite a bit of fried food, right? So how is that? And girl, we got fried food going on in the South too. So this is not a criticism. This
yeah,
is not a
yeah,
criticism at all.
yeah.
But I like the way that there's so many vegetables. I
Yes,
know this is my friend from college. She's like, I want to dive right in. Corlette, I'm not kidding. This book looks delicious. And if
yes.
you want to win a copy, y'all need to go to my Instagram page and you're gonna like Vina and like me. And now your family got you to write this book. Let's talk a little bit about that because you love to cook.
Yes.
But your background, I mean, tell us a little bit about that. Like how do you come to have this book? It's a beautiful
Yeah.
story.
So it has a very exciting story, and it's so close to my heart. So my daughters came home 4 years ago. She came home for dinner, and she said, "Mom, I want this, and this, to eat tonight." So I prepared all several of her favorite dishes. I made a huge
What a
meal.
good mama.
Yeah,
You're a
I
good
made a huge meal for her, and she said, "Mom, I enjoyed the dinner so much tonight." And she said, "Hey, Mom, why don't you write a cookbook? You know, how we going to preserve, all the generations of recipe, and how, we will cook all these fantastic meals in your absence. So, Mom, start collecting your recipe and create a beautiful book for us."
That's so nice. I know, but I have to tell you, Vina, going from like a little like cookbook that you put together at, Kinko's or something, and putting together this beautiful book with beautiful photography, very well written recipes. And then I'm gonna brag on you for a minute. At the bottom of your email, there are links to who's covered this book. National Geographic, Apple News,
Yes.
Canadian Broadcasting System, the Daily Mail. I mean, you are on fire, girl. People are loving this book.
Oh, thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you.
Well, I think that the thing is that you're in a you have recipes from the heart, you have recipes
Yes.
that your family wants, which obviously resonates.
Yes.
People want to eat more plant forward food, and it
Yes.
doesn't matter where you are in the world, people want to eat good food. So I understand. I know a little bit about this. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Let me just show that beautiful photograph. Look at
Oh,
that. Who
wow.
would talk
Yes.
a little bit.
That's a very popular dal right now. It's called lal masoor dal in
Uh-huh.
Gujarat. Means red lentil dal soup, red lentil soup. I would say that. And red split red lentil you can find everywhere these days right now. It's easy to find at any grocery store. And that's this actually. One day I was traveling and I was craving Indian food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually travel with all my ingredients. Few ingredients, I always pack before my journey start. So luckily I found all the ingredients, and we rented a place that has a kitchen, and I made that. That was the first time I made that dal in that rental place, and it turned out so beautiful. It turned out very good at the first attempt. And I
That's
told,
nice.
then I said, I have to put this recipe in my cookbook. And I got so many compliments. I almost every day I got text messages from people that, oh, I made a red lentil dal today and it turned out awesome. Now one person he eats this dal every other day. One
Well,
of my
I
friends.
think the thing is, I eat dal a lot for lunch, and it may not be the traditional version like you
Yeah,
make it. I
yeah.
mean, lentils are good and good for you. They're
Yes.
high in fiber.
Yeah, yeah.
They're very quick cooking,
Right.
and you can make an easy dal
Right.
in like 20 minutes. I mean, it just it cooks so
Yeah.
quickly. Um,
Right.
Oh my gosh. And this
You have
dish,
to try that dal. It's beautiful.
this dish looks amazing. Potatoes and cauliflower.
Yes, that's this actually is very very favorite dish in my family. Everyone loves that dish, especially my elder daughter who
Uh-huh.
inspired me to write a book. That's her most favorite dish. And that is also very easy to make. See, the thing is that it doesn't take very long time to make. Why? Because of we don't use we don't make gravy to make any of our vegetable dishes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like all stir fry. Some of them are boiled, some of them are stir fried, some
Yes,
of them
ma'am.
are baked. So it's very easy to cook. And this is one of them. Actually, it takes about 20 minutes to make. All you need just have a mustard seed, oil, and few spices, and it sets you
You're
up,
off
for
to go.
days.
All right, I'm gonna. we have one question which I'm gonna ask, and I hope that you're cool with it. But it's a good question because I think that it can help people. And then I want you to show us about the Tarka. So
Sure.
we have a question. What do I do with this can of chickpeas in my cupboard? So I know that you are a chickpea specialist, right? And you have high standards, but what would your answer be to that?
Okay, so I want to know that chickpea means garbanzo beans.
I think so. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you do? That is just samosa soup, and
Samosa soup. Okay.
it is mouth watering soup, and the weather is perfect, by the way, to make the samosa soup.
There you go, Corlette.
Yes, yes. So you go to samosa soup. I'll tell you the page number. It's 120 page number.
You are rock solid on your page numbers, y'all. We've been talking for 20 minutes to make sure
Yes,
everything was okay. And she's like,
yes.
oh, it's page 100. Oh, it's page da, 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 da. So this is the soup that she wants you to
Yes.
make, Corlette.
Please try to make that soup. You're going to love this soup. I have a story, behind this soup. Actually, I found this recipe from a local restaurant, and I came home. You know how I do. I always try to I always try to find a new recipe. I have
Uh-huh.
to replicate, right? And I'm very good at replicating. So
Yep.
I tried making at home, and it turned out so good at first attempt. And my daughter fell in love, the younger one, and she actually had this soup, for lunch for 6 months straight. You know?
That's so cute. That's
It's a
so
lifesaver. This
wonderful.
is a lifesaver. You have to try this soup. You can use garbanzo beans, canned garbanzo beans for this soup. And that is another dish is called Amritsari Chole. You can also use uh, garbanzo beans for that dish. So I have two dishes in my cookbook.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, will you show us about like I know enough to be dangerous, but not really enough. So I know that the technique of Tarka is very important for your cuisine. Will you share that with our viewers so that they understand like how important this is?
Yes. So before I share it, let me tell you, uh,
Okay.
I'm going to show you the technique. It's called tadka. Tadka means seasoning. So
Okay.
tadka seasoning is very crucial part of Gujarati cooking. So and it is actually a final step. So you prepare your dish and then
Okay.
you pour over the dish as a final step. So that's what I'm going to
Ah.
show you how I make my seasoning. How I decorate my appetizer. How I decorate. Today I made a chickpea rolls. That page number. Now you can see the National Geographic dish. It's called Khandvi. Page number 66.
Okay, 66. Hold on, let me get there and I'm going to show everybody the picture.
No worries. Take your
Y'all can enter to win this beautiful book. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to make these.
Yes, you have to make it.
This may have been honestly what sent me downstairs for a snack. I'm not kidding. Uh,
Yes,
Look at that. So that's it looks so easy. So it's almost like a wait, so
it's Michelin star look, right? It has a Michelin star.
it's like a pancake that you cut into strips and roll up almost like a crepe.
Something like that, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's very thin. These are very thin, and it's made with a chickpea flour and yogurt.
It's so beautiful.
It's very beautiful. This
Look
is
how
very
beautiful that
complex.
is. So now you said that so there's a difference between chickpeas and
Yes,
besan?
yes. So actually, for this dish and for all my dishes, it's actually we I buy my chickpea flour. It's also known as besan. B
Basin.
Besan besan.
Okay.
And that actually you can find it at Indian store. And I highly recommend that you buy the besan, actually the chickpea flour from Indian store, not
Okay.
from other store, because Indian store besan, Indian store chickpea flour is very fine. And
Okay.
yeah, and you need fine besan, fine chickpea flour for all my dishes.
Okay. That's gotcha, boss. Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Okay, I'm going to show you very important trick now, and you
Okay.
will love it.
And y'all, Vina's up really early. She's on the West Coast in San Francisco. So I'm very grateful that she would. All right, that's perfect. And you're gonna
Yeah.
and then just tilt down a little bit.
Yes. Okay. You see,
Awesome. Look at that.
this is
Okay,
how I.
go back. Okay, okay. Keep going to the window. Keep scooting
Okay,
over.
there
There
it
you
is.
go. Boom.
You can see it now, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do? You actually cook the batter for
Uh-huh.
about 12 to 15 minutes. You cook until the batter thickens, and then you spread it in this kind of plate. You use this if you have corning ware, that's fine. It works very well. Or this kind of plate,
Okay.
ordinary plate. Okay. And if you don't have it, then you can, you know.
But I love what you did. You
Okay.
did it upside down because it comes off easier.
Yeah, so for this one, if you use this kind of plate, you don't have to grease them. Sometimes you have to grease before you spread the batter, and you spread the batter very thin actually, and very fast, as
Yes,
fast
ma'am.
as you can. Make it to thin layer, and then you cut them. This is how I cut. Let me show you. About 1.5 to 2 inches wide.
I want that.
And I'll show you how I roll.
This is how I roll.
Yeah. So
Don't worry if you know what, because I tell
yeah,
you what, if it doesn't come up, it's going to happen to me too. It's going to happen to
yeah,
Corlette or Patrick or
yeah,
Scott.
yeah. So yeah, so this is how I rolled, and this is what I did. You
Scoot
can
back
see,
over.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. You
Yeah,
know what though,
you have to batter. Actually, you have to roll it after right away, right after it's done. So you cannot wait
Oh,
a long time. I made it in the morning. If you wait it, then it dries out.
yeah, no, I understand, and don't worry about it, people. That's
Yeah.
what happens.
So I'm
All right.
going to take. Yeah, I'm going to take oil.
Okay.
You have to add oil. Make sure you take a small pan to make seasoning.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
You can see it. Okay. You
Yeah,
can
I
see
think
the
so.
pan.
Just a
Okay.
little tilt a little bit further down. Okay, perfect. There we go.
Okay.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Off.
Okay.
All right. And
Okay.
Scott says, Scott, who's a chef here in Atlanta, I love, love, love to eat Indian food, but don't know where to start with dishes for my home kitchen table. I've made the butter chicken a lot, but that's it. Where should we start? Well, Scott, guess what? We got the book for you. All right. So Vina's gonna continue on the seasoning. So you've got the
Yeah.
oil in the pot,
Yes. So we are waiting. The oil to.
heat up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to increase the heat a little bit, and let me introduce this spice. Is called mustard seeds.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Black mustard.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to add into the hot oil, and
Okay.
they will bounce around. They'll start crackling and bounce all over. You will see that. And then I'm going to use, this is another very important, very significant powder, is called asafoetida, and this is what
But oh, you know what? I want to. People may have seen that. I'm going to write that down and show people because I don't ever know how to say that myself, and so I want to show that to people. It's
okay.
AS. Wait, it's here, y'all. She's got a great glossary. There's with very clear explanations. Recipes are labeled gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, quick and easy. It's great. FOE. All right, I'm going to hold up this word and I want you to say it for us, Vina, please, so that people understand.
Oh, perfect. You got that right. Yes, asafoetida.
Asafoetida. Asafoetida. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yay! You have no idea. This is exactly why we're on the
Yeah.
on this call right now, because I was like, I want to learn more about this from this amazing woman. And
Yeah. So you use very little, but it's very significant powder in Gujarati cooking.
okay. Ooh, I got really.
And then we have green chili sliced and cilantro.
Okay.
Okay.
My
And
life.
then I have two more ingredients, which are easy to find: coconut. You can find sweetened coconut and sesame seeds. So it looks like our oil is hot. I'm going to add mustard seeds. Make sure you have to make sure that you heat the oil at the right temperature. You don't want to burn your seeds, so you don't want oil to be too hot or not too
So
cold.
what's happening there? How hot? Like, is it gonna pop?
Yeah, it's going to pop and they'll bounce around.
Ha
I'm,
ha ha!
I'm going to taste. You can actually, when you're not sure, you can throw few seeds into it. See how
Uh-huh.
they start crackling now? You can see.
Okay.
I'm going to add more so you can hear the.
Okay. Wow, how fun is that?
See, they're all bouncing around now. What do you think?
That looks amazing.
I'm going to
That's
add
really
little
cool.
powder. I'm going to add little powder, and then I'm going to add chilies,
Okay. Yum. Oh my gosh.
and then I'm going to add sesame seeds. This
What
is
was the
how
last
we do
what was the
seasoning.
last part?
Sesame seeds.
Sesame seeds.
Yes.
Oh, yum. I don't know what
Now
happened
I'm
with my
going to pour over. I'm going to pour over the rolls.
Oh wow, doesn't that look
And
good,
this is, as
y'all?
I said, that's a very crucial part.
And that's like a little appetizer?
Yes, it's little appetizer. Now some people they don't like chili. You can omit that ingredients if you don't like too spicy food.
Okay.
That's fine. This is how we decorate our rolls.
Uh,
Yeah.
isn't that look good, y'all? Doesn't that look
Yes. And
amazing?
then I'm going to put cilantro on top. Top with cilantro leaves. I love these velvety rolls. They just melt in your mouth.
Oh, it looks so good. And those are made with the besan flour and yogurt.
That's it. Yes. And you use a little bit of turmeric powder and salt.
Uh-huh.
So I would say it's a very fuss-free recipe. It doesn't take too much of your time. And look at this, the rolls are ready. What do you think?
Oh my gosh, that looks good. I'm gonna exit my solo layouts. I'm gonna go solo so we can see it. Look at that. Let me make that go away. Hide it. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That looks amazing. That looks so good. Those
Yeah,
look so tasty.
yeah,
Thank
there
you
is
so much for sharing
mouth,
that with
yeah,
us.
yeah, it's mouth watering this.
And you're ready you can have it for breakfast since you got up so early, right? All right, let's
Yeah,
close up so we can see
yeah.
Vina now.
Can try a little bit.
Oh yeah, give it a taste. If you want, I don't know something's happened crazy with my lens and I'm like a ghost now, but we're just gonna
Mhm.
go with it.
Okay, I'm going to put this velvety rolls in my mouth.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so
Oh
jealous.
my God, it's so much flavor. It's
That
beautiful.
that's so nice.
Yeah,
That's so
amazing.
nice.
Yeah.
So you have all right, so let's go back. So y'all, you can win a copy of this book From Gujarat With Love from Vina, 100 Authentic Indian Vegetarian Recipes. You can find out more about Vina by going to cookbookbyvina.com. You're going to follow her on Instagram because she's great to follow on Instagram, and you're putting more photographs and recipes up all the time so you can
Yes.
encourage people to
Yes.
try more plant forward vegetarian cooking.
Yes, I'll be putting a lot of recipes on Instagram, and I'm going to show so many techniques also on how to cook, how to make certain dishes. So please follow me.
No, it's fantastic. Vina, I'm so grateful for y'all waking up so early and just adjusting your schedule to be a part of Cookbooks with Virginia today. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much again, and it's pleasure to meet you.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you too. Well, listen, y'all have a great day, and thank you. Thank you so much for participating. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, and have a wonderful weekend.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, no, wrong way. Hold on. I went the wrong way. Okay, there I am. I don't know what happened with my lens because clearly I'm not quite this pale. I'm a white girl, but not quite this white. So y'all, this is a beautiful book. Not kidding. Like I was so excited when I saw it. I feel like I'm an adventurous eater and I'm an adventurous cook, and the recipes are very clearly written. There's a lot of great photography. She's got an incredible glossary at the front talking about the ingredients. Um, you know, uh, I know that in Atlanta, for example, there's a huge Indian population. There's a lot of stores. So it's just a matter of like kind of going. But I will also say there's a ton of ingredients here that it's you can get at your local grocery store. So it's not it's the combination that might be interesting and different, but it's not, it's not the actual food. So please head over to my Instagram page. You're going to follow me. You're going to follow Vina. I also want to remind you that through Monday, we've got the giveaway for Modernist Pizza, which is a $300 value. And so you can still sign up for that. You're going to look for me holding up a beast of 3 books. And we're going to give away, we're going to give away that book on Valentine's Day, because what's his Valentine's Day more than pizza? So we've got pizza and we've got beautiful, delicious Indian vegetarian cuisine. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Bon appetit, y'all, and have a great weekend. All right. Bye-bye now.